Nation and Its Fragments by Partha Chatterjee was published in 1994. The book addresses the question how a non colonial form of nationalism is possible in post colonial countries like India. Chatterjee views at the creative and powerful consequences of nationalist imagination in Asia and Africa that are advanced not on the basis of identity but on difference with the nationalism propagated by the West. He argues that scholars have mistakenly equated political nationalism with nationalism as such. He shows how anti colonialist nationalists produce their own domain of sovereignty within colonial society well before beginning their political battle with the imperial power. These nationalists divided their culture into material and spiritual domains and ventured an early climb to the spiritual sphere represented by religion, caste, women, family, and the peasants. Chatterjee also shows how the middle class elites first imagined nation into being in the spiritual dimension and transformed it for a political contest. In this process, they normalize the aspirations of the marginal groups that typify the spiritual sphere. Chatterjee's illustrations come from colonial India, particularly from Bengal. However, the book is a contribution to the general theoretical discussion on nationalism and the modern state. He examines the paradoxes involved with creating a non Western nation in the spiritual sphere and then a universalist nation state in the material sphere. The search for post-colonial modernity is interconnected with past struggles against modernity. India is a prominent instance of how the colonial and post-colonial histories experienced by a people led to a new but fragmented national identities. The absence of a single national culture results in fragmented perspectives and experiences. Chatterjee attributes the absence of authentic nationalism to the impact of colonial rule that denied Indians ability to configure unified economic and political centers of power. While the British brought the infrastructure of unity in the form of trains, roads, and administrative bureaucracy, colonial powers kept the social divisions of caste, class, religion, and region intact. Only a small westernized elites experienced a sense of being part of a social whole. They replicated colonial patterns in national leadership. Though the political practices remained colonial, India developed its own independence in culture and cultural spheres. For this reason, the search for an authentic post colonial nationalism begins with culture. Chatterjee writes, here nationalism launches its most powerful, creative, and historically significant project to fashion a modern national culture that is nevertheless not Western.